Hmm? Nah. Why didn't I? I said I'm not doing that. I wouldn't do that to you. Um, but I know who did. You know who did? Who showed up? Dino. I mean, Dinon was one of the people. Christina's, uh, Christina's Dinon's father. He was one of the people. I came in and all these men were on top of you and Dino, and start beating the shit out of them. Matter of fact, Dino was in the other, laying on the bed, and you were in another bed, and it was black men. There were but there were white men, which were your family members, and they all were coming in and like intervals and raping you. Everybody wanted you. Dino had to watch until Dennis brought some man in who wanted Dino. He's like, no, I want the girl, I want the girl. And he's like, no, 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 take him, take him. And they dragged Dino into the bathroom. And, um, that's when matter of fact, I was tied up. I was tied up in another adjoining room. That's how come all of this, I had to break free. Different gangs came, and it was it was a pedophile little crew that Dennis had set up. He was bringing people in and out of that room, and I was tied up in another room. I was tied up, and I finally one of the people that was a Latino, two of the Latino men. There was multiple Latino men. They were like, "Dude, we don't want to do this. What the hell?" And they were like, "He's from Santa Ana. Untie him." And so he's like, like, "Yeah, he's from Orange County, man. He's from Orange County, man. He didn't rape them kids. Why y'all coming in here beating him?" And everybody was coming in beating me. Why y'all trying to rape him and beat him? He's from Santa Ana. Some people recognize me. And he's like, they're like, no, dude, that's the guy in the other room. He's a molester. We all know him from different times in prison and stuff. He's a child molester. And they're raping that little boy and that girl. And they said, well, let him go. Let's untie him. And so they got into a fight with one of their own members. And the three Latino men, two Latinos got in a fight with the one Latino man that was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to stab me with a needle or whatever, but they beat his ass, untied me, and then we went into that room and we just started beating the hell out of all the men that were in there raping Dino, and raping Dina, and and then the mom was already she was beaten severely. That's one of the reasons they helped me get untied, because she was beaten. Dennis had beat her in the bathroom. He had beat Dinon's mom in the bathroom. And that's the honest truth. So help me God. And when I got free, me and the men that knew me, we started beating up everyone that was in that room, including Dina's. Dina and Dinan. Your aunt was there. Um, Several of your uncles all took part in that rape of you. Um, Dinan, Dino, and Dina are brothers and sisters from Las Vegas that were in Orange County being trafficked, and I beat the hell out of them. And then I called the ambulance. I got your mom to the hospital. Your other aunt came to the hospital and took Dina away. Kicking and screaming. Neither one of them wanted to leave. They wanted to stay with me. Everybody, they kept saying, "We want to stay with Big Giovanni. We want to stay in Orange County with Big Giovanni. We want to stay Big Giovanni." But they're like, "He's not your father. We understand. You fought for him, but it was the police that were taking. The police were taking Dina and Dinan, and then finally, one of your aunts, your other aunt, came, and they beat your two aunts got into a fight, and one of the not elevator, but the staircase, and the aunt that was raping you both was a part of it. She got her ass kicked, and then she took Dina, and Dino had to stay back because he was old enough to go into the juvenile system, but they wanted to keep him supposedly as a witness because he was old enough, but Dennis paid them, the police officers, to give him through the same door that led to a stairway that went out of the hospital, and I chased him out of the hospital, and he got into that car, and I had to fight several people. Dennis had people outside. When he ran to the car with Denon, there were several gang members waiting for me, and so I had to fight all of them. And finally, some other people were there. Like I said, people were there with me. Uh, Dina's um, Dina's uncle saw I was fighting all these men, and they were Latino and African American. They saw I was fighting all these people, and they came and ran and got involved in the fight to back me up. And finally, we chased Dennis down the where the cars were, the parking lot, until he finally got away from us. And like I said, I didn't see him again until 1991. So Dennis Armstrong killed. He was the one that beat Dino's mom to death. Dina and Dino were being trafficked at a very young age and through Orange County from North Las Vegas into Anaheim. And I did everything I could to save them every time I saw them. Um, but I never touched you. No, no. She was, you could tell she was already, doing that stuff. Like I said, her aunt and her uncles came, and they were raping them both. But Dennis was mainly, it was Dina that Dennis was having all the men come until finally, you know, they untied me when they found out who I was, and that I was from Westside Santa Ana, Watergate Crips, and the members that were there they're Latino men from Santa Ana, Westside Santa Ana. I don't remember what gang they were, but they freed me, and we went to war in that room against all those white men, and like there was white men, Latino men, and African Americans, and we fought, and then we fought again in the hospital until Dina was taken with the other aunt who whipped the other aunt's ass in the stairwell. I watched it. I watched it. And then they finally, I never seen Dina again. Now I know who she is here and who she was when I saw her in Syria. Um, and now I also know who Dina Andino is. When I saw him at the air base first, I saw him at the air base in 1991. And then I saw them again when in 2001 after 9/11 when I went over to serve in Iraq and Syria again. And when I was captured by ISIS fighting, that's when I saw Dina again, and she's the one who protected me, and would not protect me, but um, that's when she was supposed to be my last woman to be with, and then they were gonna cut my head off in the morning, and she told me what was happening, who Dennis was. Don't I remember her? Don't I remember? I said, no, I don't remember you, but I remember your eyes from that day, and you helped me. We broke free, and that's when we escaped. But you couldn't leave because you had to stay with Dennis. There was something about you were working undercover, and you had to stay with Dennis. And me and the SEALs left, and then I was captured again when we were leaving, and they put me in a suicide truck, and we were driven with a couple other prisoners through the minefields and through different ways as the bullets were flying over, bombs were dropping all over us. They were trying to take the trucks out. They took our truck, flipped over. We got into a ditch, and then those ISIS fighters that were hiding in the ditch took us prisoner, and people came through the tunnels, and they killed them and took me and the other prisoners, but they thought we were part of ISIS. But the Navy SEALs saw me and like, no, him, he's not a member of ISIS, because they were going to assassinate me. They were going to They had us lined up in a firing squad in the ditches that we just had dug and buried bodies in, and they were shooting people, and they were dropping. And there wasn't any Americans that were doing the shooting. No, it wasn't Americans, but it was finally the American paramedics and the American Navy SEALs saw me and were like, no, 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 not him, not him. He's one of us. He's one of us. And then I went in and after I was freed, and I helped some wounded, and it's actually a video, audio and video that made a YouTube video, and they were the paramedics. I believe I'm not that I also worked with and back in Kobani after I left Raqqa, um, and we took Kobani back. We took Kobani 3 times with me, and but it's all Dennis Lee Armstrong because he showed up on the border. He showed up at the edge of ISIS territory in Raqqa, and he was uh, trying to have me taken, and him and his crew. So but that's how it started with Dina and Dino and Dina. Dana, I don't know Dana from them, but I'm telling you, Dina and Dino is a lot older than all these women think, and so is Dina. I got jumped because I wouldn't. They drugged you, Dina. They drugged you and Dino. But no one wanted Dino. They all wanted you. All these men and your family members. Like I say, they came in and over. I mean, it was a period of I'm going to even go at like a day and a half or 2 days, 3 days. It was a weekend. I think it was a weekend. I protected you as best I could, and then I believe I was asleep with your mom, and Dennis came in and they stabbed me with a needle and they jumped me, and that's how they got me into the other room. Dennis said take him to the adjoining room. He had rented he rented the whole goddamn hotel. He rented out the hotel. The whole hotel was full of kids that were being molested. The whole hotel you guys were in, the whole hotel, every room was bought by Dennis Lee Armstrong, and all the kids from North Las Vegas were being trafficked and raped and molested. The whole hotel. And they took me to the adjoining room, and that's when they started beating me and tying me up. No, nobody raped me, but they tied me to the chair, and I had to listen. There was a video camera, and I could see in the other room, and I heard everything. Yeah, the whole hotel. Me? Dennis and I believe Ed Chief was one of the members, and Chief was there. Happy was there. They were all part of Dennis's crew. They're all part of that crew from California, from LA. The other members that were LA gang members that were Bloods were there, and Piru and Santa Ana was there, but I wasn't. I would say I was tied up, and everyone kept coming in. They just went at her nonstop. They wouldn't stop Dina. They just kept coming, and I had to watch. They tied me to a chair. I had to watch. They moved me from the room and made me watch the whole thing. That's how I know about her family taking part, and that's how I know about all the other members in the hotel, because they tied me to the chair and I had to watch. But her mom was left. Dina's mom and Dino's mom was in the bathroom. They kept drugging her, and she was being raped in the bathroom over and over. Dennis was the main person raping her in the bathroom. Then he would knock her out. She would come through. He would rape her again, knock her out, and no one was supposed to go in the bathroom because he kept going in and out of the bathroom, getting high, go in the bathroom, rape her, beat her, knock her out until they got to a point where, finally I was able to, with the help of some members from Santa Ana, Latino members, untied me, because like I say, I was tied to the chair, my feet and my legs, and they would move me in and out of the room and make me watch everybody who came in there that raped her and raped him and Dino. But most of the part, it was Dina. Dina was the main attraction. Then I saw them in 1990, and 1990 I saw the same men. Actually, I saw them again with P. Diddy and J Lo. That happened where I helped them escape from Dennis, and we just kept running into the same members from Santa Ana and the same members from L.A. The Bloods and the Pyrus, and it was a whole sex trafficking ring, because they explained it to me before I was caught by them. I had saw the whole thing. They for some reason I was tied up my hands, and they took me and showed me their whole network and how it worked. I don't understand why they wanted me to know how their syndicate worked, but they took me room to room to let me know that this is what we do. This is what we do to children. You ever have any children? They even said that. They even said, you ever have any children? This is going to happen to all your children, so you keep your mouth shut. And, so why take me room to room and show me your operation and all your members? And then, only to see you again in life over and over and over. But I fought you guys. You were also some of the people that were in the parking lot when I chased Dennis and Dina out the building. You guys were waiting for me in the parking lot. But like I say, I fought Dina's uncles who came to help, and her aunt, she even fought. We fought all the men that Dennis had in the parking lot. We had to stand off until the police, like I say, came, and then Dennis ran and grabbed Dino. He had a car. He had already pulled the car around, and he jumped in the car, and but that's what happened. That's the real story of Dina and Dina, as far as how I know them and how they were sex trafficked and how they torture me now, the same people. So, like I said, they both were very young. They both were very young, but this was it had to be 1987. I see 87, so it had to be like into 88, into 87, 88, so 89, so 88, 89, and then that's when I went to Saudi Arabia in 1990, and then to Kuwait to go shopping, and the rest, it's on YouTube videos, YouTube X, Facebook, and Google. So yeah, it was a syndicate back then too. It's the same syndicate that had to do with 1980 when I was at West Point, because it was Dennis Lee Armstrong then too. It was his syndicate, and they had to do with the military. Army had to do with the Army. So It was the same syndicate, and but those members from California, those members. Now I know who you are, and I remember you. I remember exactly who you are. Hey, you guys have been terrorizing and torturing me for 20 years, but it's actually been longer. You messed up my military career, so let the world know the truth. You know, let the world know the truth who these guys are from LA and how Dennis and his sex syndicate was in Anaheim for a week and how they kept me captive for a weekend tied to a chair. But only way I got any substance or any food was Dina. It was your mom. She would sneak into the room, even though she was beaten and raped so much that I don't know if it was 4 days or how many days they had me in there. They kept sticking me with needles, and I would pass out. And they were raping people. They would bring you into the adjoining room. They would bring you guys in there. They moved me in, and all these people were raping you guys, and they would put me back in the adjoining room, stick me with a needle, and they would bring you in there, and they would rape you guys, and your mom would sneak in and give me food and give me something to drink, and there were women involved, there were men and women involved. There wasn't just it was a whole syndicate, but they had me tied up for at least, I don't know, man. Maybe 4 days, 4 or 5 days. It was a weekend. I'm telling you, it was a week. It was like from the weekend to the next weekend. So it was a full week. From like Friday to Saturday, the next Saturday. I was held captive. Tied to the chair and beaten. And then they kept sticking me with needles. The only way I survived is your mom. They laid you in the bed next to me, Dina. They drugged me and they put me in the bed and they laid me next to you and they raped you next to me. Yes, they did. What? Who? Who? Did he know you? He was your brother? Did you know he was your brother? When I came to Vegas to the car show? Oh, wow, man. Yeah, the car show, you're right. We're the truck rally. Yeah. I even said, how did you get back with him? How did you both get back with Dennis? You both were together. And you guys froze when you saw me, and then you ran up to me and grabbed me. And I told Dino, come here, come here. And then I tried to get you out of there. I tried to. I got my friends and we tried to get you out of there, and we were cut off. Dennis had him having sex with you at the car show. Yeah, in the car. All kind of people. Again. Huh? No, I didn't. Sorry, no. No. Dino did. They put Dino on top of you. They were filming him. They were filming. Huh? Yeah, I think something like that happened. Yeah, they gave her that. They put that on her, and she had him in the back seat. And there were people in the car masturbating. And I came and I just started beating the shit out of them, and um, it's craziness, man. Huh? They were all in the car. No. What? No. Huh? Never. No, I didn't do that. I don't do that. Even then, yeah, they had me captive in the car. I don't know how, but Dennis had me jumped at the car show. But my friends, I was separated from my friends. But they were in the car. They were the guys in there in the back, and Dennis wanted to show everyone his power. Again, he wanted to show everyone his power at the car show, and I was jumped. They took me to the car. They had me in the car. But no, I didn't do that. But they were all in there doing that, and I wouldn't do it. And I broke free. And when I broke free out of the car, my friends saw me, and they're like, he's over there. There he is. And then we just start fighting everyone. But yeah, they made Dina do that to Dino. Yeah. I don't know what went on, and I guess they had done it before, but Dennis was like making that a selling point. He was selling them at the car show. They had their own little section again at the car show here in Vegas. They had their own little section of cars, and people were coming um, with his whatever his little crew, and they had all these women and men and all these different cars and kids. I wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do it. You were in the back seat. I wouldn't do it. Huh? 1985. He killed my friend. He raped her in Fountain Valley, and her dad was the ambassador. Don't know what country. And yeah, so 1980, it started with me and Dina's mom when I was 10 years old at West Point, and Dennis has been interjecting himself in my life the whole time, over and over and over, following me. This is before CIA, but his military contacts, they've all been tracking me and following me and messing up my life. But yeah, that happened, But no, I didn't. I didn't do that. I wouldn't do it. But they all were in the car doing it, and they were making me watch. And they had me tied here in Vegas because I had made it to Vegas with Cruising in Style and Mini Madness Truck Club. And when they finally found me in the section, my friend Don, Manny, can't remember his name, but when they finally found me, we started. I was breaking out of the car, because I was fighting in the front seat, and I was breaking out because I wouldn't do that, and I was getting out the car. My friends saw me fighting to pull myself out of the car, where they were trying to pull me in, and they were talking about they had got out the car to make some. They were trying to put me in the trunk to take me to some neighborhood and to get rid of me. I was beaten, and I was like, they thought I was passed out, but I wasn't. I came through and I fought my way. They opened the door to pull my feet out, and I surprised them and just started beating the shit. And I came out the other side of the car, and my friend saw me, and we just started a big fight. Um, but after that, Dennis took the kids and drove off. But there were other kids being trafficked in a little. It's like 5 cars, 5 6 cars. They had a tent. They even had several tents. It was set up. They had several tents. They had those sections. They had cameras. It was a prostitute. There were regular prostitute. And there were kids prostitute. Dennis had set up for different ages, and it was crazy, man. It was here at the truck here in Vegas. I can't believe it. Wow, that's crazy, dude. He had a whole section set up just for him and all the prostitutes. Yeah, Dina had to. They didn't. Dino didn't. Dina didn't. They've done it before because she knew what to do. They strapped it on her. She already knew. So I don't know when they did it, when they started having her do that, but that's what she did. She didn't want to though. She didn't want to. He didn't want it. He didn't want it. It was crazy, dude. But I broke free again, and like I said, I didn't see him again until 1991, and then in Syria was when I seen them both on the base, and both on the base, and between Somalia and Kenya. And then when I saw him again, and after 9/11, I ran into them again, and Afghanistan, and it just started everywhere. They just started following me to every country I went to, every area I went to. They followed me, and we had to fight. Me and the SEALs, and then the SEALs would think I was in safe. They would put me in a safe house, and they would go get resupplied, and I was that I would be captured in some kind of way by all these different neighborhoods, and moved, and people were helping me, and people weren't. So no, they weren't in the military. No, they weren't in the military, but they were put into uniforms, and used as sex slaves to any and everyone that came from all the different countries, to be with them, and whoever else they could capture. Uh, and Nicholas and Dino were both in Afghanistan with me, and they were the ones also with the guys that I knew from Santa Ana. They were all part of Dennis's crew, and um, they were all a part of Dennis's crew that were a part of that. What happened to Dino and Dina when I got to Vegas for the car show? So the hospital was a setup. The same people from the hospital in Orange County and Anaheim on Harbor. Those same people, I think it's Harbor and Ball. Those same people, the syndicate were the same people when I got to Vegas for the car show. Captured me, told people I was a child molester, but everyone jumped me, and then they tied me up, and that's how I got in. They drove me to the car where they already had the prostitute, because we had already been in that section earlier that day. We were shown that section, but no one knew until they saw me. Dennis wasn't there, but Chief and Happy saw me, and they went and got Dennis, and that's when all this shit at the car show happened, when I was separated. But my people didn't know what was going on until everyone started telling them, and they started searching for me. And if they hadn't searched for me and I had fought out of the car, um, I wouldn't be here today to tell the story of sex trafficking from 1980, 80, 85, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. Uh, so that, I mean, it just kept happening. Hmm? I told you what happened. She was already that active at that age. Um, yeah, I don't know why she did that. I believe, like I said, I was drugged. I believe they did that because Dennis was in the other room filming. Uh, I don't think, like I said, I was tied up. I was on the bed. Um, and your mom, they did that to me. She didn't want that. She didn't want that. She just told her, she just said, fine. You kept saying it. You kept telling her, you know, I want to be with him. I want to be with him like that. And she was like, no, no. She kept telling you all weekend. And um, when I was drugged and tied to the bed, they did that. They put you, Dennis set that up. You know, Dennis set that up, and he was in the other room filming. Like I told you, they had video recordings. They had cameras set up uh, the whole time, and Dennis was uh, Dennis was trying to convince you at that young age to do that. Not convince you, he did that. He kept telling you to go in the room and do that. Go in the room. I want him on camera. I want him on camera with her. I want him on camera with her. We're gonna use this and we're gonna make him, you know, a child molester, you know, and all this shit. So, Dina, you were used, you were drugged, and you and your mom had to do that to me. But no, I didn't do it to you. You guys had to do it to me. And then, like I say, I was tied up. They moved me back to the chair. And that's when everyone from Santa Ana started coming in, and they like, it was a black guy from Santa Ana. I think he was from Bloodell or Shelley Street who recognized me. They were already there, but he went and got me help from because he's like, I'm not doing this to him, man. I'm not doing this to him. They wanted them to rape me, and he's like, dude, we can't do this. That's psycho, dude. He didn't do that shit. I was here when they were filming. I was here. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. So he's a credible witness. The young man from Shelley Street Bandel, he was a credible witness. He's like, he didn't molest him. You know, all these people were coming beating him, but he wasn't the one to molest him. You know, they put him on top, and then, you know, mom, they had to do that. They had to do that. And he went and got help from the guys from Santa Ana, the Latinos from West Santa Ana that knew me. And but one of them didn't. One of them wanted to keep it going. He was in and out of jail, prison, and you know. And then they just went at him, and they freed me. You know, and you know, we got you to your aunt, and then we got you to the hospital, and that's when it continued. The fight continues. So yeah, I know all the people. I know I'm recording, and yeah, I'm sure Dennis is. The whole house is wired. They're listening. So yeah, they're listening now. They know. I know who they are, when it started, and how it started. You know. So that's the truth, Dina. It was just something you wanted to do, and your mom didn't want you to do it, but Dennis kept pressuring you and telling you to do that. He kept saying, "Go, you know, go," and I would say, "No, no." I was in the chair, and then finally they got me on the bed. They drugged me, and then, but your mom didn't want to do that, and so that's what happened. No, like I told you, they moved me. They moved my body. They've done that here, and it's on video or recording. It's the same MO. And Dina, you know that, and you've seen that, what they done to me, and how they do it. Huh? That ain't no fake. That's real. What happened here in Vegas at the car show, that's real too. Huh? What? Please don't put that on YouTube. That was Dina in Syria. Yeah. uh, you know, though I was already a SEAL. But yeah, that already a Marine. But yeah, it was Dina who was in the it was a sex house, a what do you call it, a brothel. They had a brothel in Syria and Raqqa, and I was captive and I was taken there and given my last. I was given my last to be with my last before I died. I had talked to them and was convincing them that I had a wife there, and my family was there, and they were like, well, since you have family here, we'll give you your last night. And then Dennis is like, no, I want him killed now. I want him raped. I want him raped. And they drugged me, and took me into that room, and Dina gave me that pill, and I don't know what kind of weapon it was, like a little knife. It was like a little pocket knife, and I laid on top of it was a slab, like a jailhouse room. I had a slab, and I laid on the slab, and I hit it, and I bit onto that pill, and I waited, and then I exploded. Yes, it was before I met. Well, like I said, I met Todd in '90, but '91, and at in Kuwait at the mall. So, but if you know anything, Todd, Happy, and Chief, and Mean are all members that were in this whole thing. Um, so when I met you, you already knew who I was when I met you, and um, not Kuwait, but I met you in Saudi Arabia, and then we went to Kuwait. I saw you at the mall. So again, and when I got injured, you were one of the people that were, but it was the doctor there. Todd didn't save me when I went to the hospital with my teammate for our injuries. Todd worked there, talked to me, but it was the doctor who worked on me, who did my procedure, who saved me. But Todd was there, and Todd did help. He did help get me out, and but Todd was attacked. He was attacked on base at the medical in country on the border of Syria and Kuwait. Todd and the doctor were both attacked, and me and my teammate were put onto the chopper and medevac to another place, and then we took the flight to Germany, and we were in the hospital, and Dennis tried to assassinate us both with the same members from Santa Ana, the same people, and so the fight continues between Dennis Lee Armstrong and Giovanni Andrew Porter II. From 1980, the intelligence world, the war that involved the CIA, and also there was no Homeland Security, so it was the Secret Service, and then Navy SEALs, and that's why I was a Marine, and at Ultramarine Base at 10 years old. I was given an oath. At West Point, and I continued to take the oath again and again, and I would volunteer. I volunteered in the Gulf. I volunteered again during the 90s, and I volunteered again after 9/11 because I was in the World Trade Center, and I was also in the World Trade Center bombs, the planes, in those building right next to that. Dennis kept finding ways to put me in these situations where I would be eliminated, but I never would die. As he would keep telling you, I can't figure out a way to kill him. How can I kill him? Only way I could kill him is to make him a child molester. But you were trying to do that in the 80s, and it wasn't working. I kept getting free, and I kept finding people to help me. And the code to Dennis Lee, this is before the code to Dennis Lee. This is when Dennis had the syndicate, in 19, I believe it was 88, 80, 88, before he went to prison, 88, 89. So when I first came here in 87, so 88 is when you guys showed up in Orange County, and then so 89, I heard Dennis went to prison. 89, I got the phone call from prison talking about this man is talking shit from Vegas, from North Las Vegas, is talking all this shit, and he was in the background. And I said, leave him alone. I already fought all his guys, his kids that my age. I already fought them. I got out of there, and so I was like, I don't want to hear shit. Just tell him to shut the hell up. But you hear Dennis in the background, fuck you, nigger, fuck this, fuck that. And what happened, the phone call says itself. It was recorded. Dennis cannot deny he was in prison for molesting children, a black young youth, and he got his ass kicked for bragging about me, but also talking shit about me. And it continued on. The assaults continued. Wherever he went, wherever he was, I ended up. But every time I ended up serving my country, Dennis followed me and tried to kill me, and tried to have he tried to have the Army do it. He tried to have the Navy, the Air Force, all different members of his cult are in different military and law enforcement, but they couldn't kill me because I always had some kind of backup, whether it be one of us backing me up or two of us. Never from the back, but always from the front that we fought. Huh? Why do I say that? Why do I say that? I was taught that as a very young kid. I was taught that. I told you I grew up on El Tourmarin base. I was trained by the Navy SEALs at 15. I made it. I passed SEAL team training at 15 years old. I was the only kid that age. Jim Knight took me there. I was 15, 16. That was before I came to North Las Vegas to get away from the gangs, and ran into Dennis, and I was brought here to him, and never knew that he was the same man from 1980 until later, and it just continued. The war between us continues, the war for the world. The syndicate, the cult of Dennis Lee versus Giovanni Andrew Porter and whoever can back me at that time. Huh? Well, that's how I met you. I was here. I beat up some people across the street in that parking lot, right here on Clayton and West Craig, who were assaulting a woman. It was your mom. It was you and your mom. They called your mom a whore. They were saying she was a prostitute. You were a prostitute. They were saying she was a child molester. And I came out of the store. I watched the whole thing in the store. They followed you guys around the store, talking shit to her. Some people and a bunch of people were saying shit to her. They surrounded you and your mom. And that's what happened. They surrounded you and your mom, calling you guys calling her a child molester, and I didn't like what they were doing, how they were doing that. So I came to both your aides. They knocked you to the ground. They were about to beat your mom, and I said no. I stepped in, and then I had to fight. There was men and women who were doing that. There were both. There were African American and white and Latino. As she was going through the store, she was being hit up by everybody, all kind of people. They knew her from Dennis in the neighborhood, this neighborhood. I didn't know nothing about any of this that was going on when I got here. I didn't even remember this until right now. But I remember every detail and what happened, how it started across the street at the store, and how I said enough. I came to her aid. I said, he's a little kid, enough. And then they jumped me, but by jumping me, they found out I was a good fighter because I started whipping out their asses. And until the dentist showed up and did his little bullshit, but the police had already had came, and dentist had to leave, and then he came back, and he he grabbed you from your mom, and your mom, I gave your mom my phone number, and that's how I met her again in Orange County at the hotel. I came to see you guys. Me? Yeah, yeah. He was a kid, man. Dennis had him doing everything. Um, I think at one point when he was a kid in the hotel, he wasn't allowed to be with her. He kept trying, and Dennis kept stopping him. He's like, no, 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 no. Not. She's not for you. Something about him being his race that he was. Uh, he wasn't allowed to be with Dina, but all the other black and white men that came in her and Latino men, they all could be with, but Dino couldn't be with her. Even at that young age, he was trying to be with her. I think he did. I think that did happen. But I was tied to the chair, and Dennis had already beat his mom in the bathroom. He brought him out of the bathroom, and you know, I believe that did happen. But the circumstances of, then later she got when I came to the car show, she was like, yeah, I'll get you back. She even said that, nah, I'll get you back for what you did to me in the hotel. She said that to Dino as she put it on and in the car. No, I didn't do that. They were trying to make me, but I wouldn't do it. I said, hell no, you're gonna have to beat me and kill me. And I broke free. When they got out of the car to try to take me and hide me in the neighborhood to kill me, that's when I broke free and fought my way out of the car. And my friends came and we started fighting. Yeah. Yeah, she was already married to Dennis. Hmm? It is a flash in my memory, but I don't remember. Huh? Huh? He wouldn't do it. I told you they moved me from the chair. They drugged me with. I don't do drugs, and I don't know if it was heroin or what they did, but they moved me to the bed, and they brought him in, and they told him to do it, and he wouldn't do it, so they beat him. He said, "No, I'm not going to do it." So Dennis beat him between the beds, kicked him underneath the bed. I was comatose, so I just could see because my eye was badly damaged. My face was I was beaten. I was beaten severely, and but he wouldn't do it, and I don't. Um, no one. They wanted to. They wanted to. Dennis took my clothes off and left me naked on the bed, drugged, and he said he did it, but he didn't. He just wanted they were making they were filming, they wanted to make it like look, this is what we do to him, this is we got him, and all this, and for the future, if anything, if I ever found a way to fight them, it was their propaganda. The men, it was the men of the with the armies, that Dennis's friends from the army, they were all involved in it. I told you, all the men right now. I told you the men and the gangs that were involved. But yeah, it was certain army men. They all took my clothes off and then propped me up, my body naked, on the bed. But um, what happened was every time Dino's mom, she would break free and jump on top of me and say, I'll do anything." She begged. She begged. And said, "I'll do anything. Please don't do it. Please don't do that. I'll do anything you want, Dennis. Just please don't do it." And then he would finally give in, and they would drag her into the other room. And I came through and I put my clothes on, and then I didn't even get a chance to, I didn't even get a chance to get out the door, and they jumped me again. As I fought out into the next room, I fought, and then it was just so many of them that came out of nowhere. They just kept running in the room. I was knocking out every man I could. They were white. It was Dina's family, Dino and Dina's family. But even then, they were saying Dino was he was Persian, and so the white people that came in said, "We don't want him. We just want her because she's white." And you know, yeah, they didn't want Dino because he was Arab mix. And so your mom, your dad Dino was Persian, from Iran, but Dina's dad was a white male, and he was a child molester. He was a part of Dennis's crew until I believe they said Dennis killed him. He killed both your parents, both your dads, and your mom. Dina's dad was in prison. He got out. Matter of fact, he got out and came to the hotel room and was a part of all that. He got out, came to the hotel room, and raped Dina on videotape. I was tied to the chair, and he beat Dino because he said, it's your dad's fault. Why did you, and Dino was older than her, and he was like, he told Dino, it's your dad's fault. He should have, why didn't he kill Dennis? So he was beating Dino, and hit Dino on the ground, and Dino, crawled underneath he was crawling underneath the bed, and they pulled him out, and Dennis took part in that too. They started beating Dino. They jumped Dino, and Dino was laid in the bed. Dino was already, being assaulted and on the bed. And I was tied to the chair. This happened for a whole week, from Friday to Saturday, the next Saturday, into Sunday the next morning. I believe the hospital is Orange Hospital off of off of Chapman and what is the street? Right next to the Animal Humane Society on Chapman, Orange Hospital, Orange County, Orange Hospital, Orange, California. Between it's Anaheim and Orange, on the border. Chapman and I don't remember the other street, but yeah, that's the hospital. Yeah, they were beating the hell out of Dino because his dad was Arab, and no one wanted to be with him until certain members came in, and they were like, then it's like, okay, after he beat your mom so many damn times that, and she was in the tub, and they were going to rape her too, and but Dennis was the main one raping your mom, and they all of them, they gave their lives for me. All three of them, they gave their lives for me, and their bodies. Dino, his mom, and Dina, and then because Dina even stopped them from assaulting me. She even came in and grabbed Dennis's hand and said, "No, no, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it." Yeah, at a very young age, at that very young age, she was like, "No, I'll do it, I'll do it," and she saved me because your mom was beaten, and she was on the floor, and Dina jumped. She was put on top of me, and your mom did it again, and they filmed it, and they just kept finding ways to, they kept saying, "We got it, we got him, we got him. Now we can make him a child molester in the future." Because of the futures, they knew my future. They had someone with ESP, just like me, but that person had I had remote viewing different aspects of my ESP, but whoever that person was, she had more abilities than me. I don't know if it was her, if it was Judy, I don't know, but she had more abilities to see into the future, and they knew my future. They knew that I would come back, and they knew that one day I would be rich and famous, and they knew. And my whole life, they've been interceding in my life, trying to find me wherever I'm at, and to make sure that I never got rich. And here I am, rich, but I can't even get my own money, because of military tactics to stop me, by Dennis Lee Armstrong and the cult of Dennis Lee, to make me a child molester. Now that they know that I'm not, they're still interceding every night, and I'm arguing in the backyard to get my money, and they say, "Okay, we'll give you your money, we'll give you your money," like they did last night. Then they said you could marry Haley, and then they did all this rituals with me last night, having me go in and out of the Kim's backyard. I didn't want to, and I just, I was like, well, they're like, go to the window, go to the sliding glass door. Then Todd would tell me to go to this door, go to that window, go to this door, go to that window, as they were filming it, and I knew this was bullshit. But Kim was finally like, you know what, let them be together, let them be together. I want them to be together, and Kim's had a lot to do with this, a lot. I know her from Utah. I knew Kim from Utah when I was married in Utah. What happened at the Mormon community there. And like I said, I know them from the rally, the Klan rally. I know them, but I know them all from 1988, 1980. I know them all probably from 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. All these members of the cult of Dennis Lee, I know you all, and I can break it down. I'm scared for my life? No, I'm not scared for my life. Huh? I'm scared for my family. Yes, I'm scared for Haley, Halston, Heather, but my children, my family, my mother, everybody, all my family. I'm afraid for all their lives, but I'm the main target. So as a main target, I got to let the world know the truth of what's going on, and why they won't give me my money, and why the military keeps stopping me from getting all my intellectual property, my funds, and why my neighbors are involved in this. and how I got to find a way through every video. You have to watch every video to save my life, because my life is worth saving. I am somebody, you know. I am somebody, you know. I'm more than just, you know, the guy next door who you're raping and torturing. No, I am somebody who can help set you free, because I know your past. I know who did what to where and when and why you were forced, you know, especially the women in my community, why they were forced, even though they were helping me, you know, secretly they were helping me, but why they were forced into doing these things to other members of my community and my family. People were beaten and raped and forced into doing these things to me. It started in 1980 at West Point, and you know, so to the Army, who are in North Las Vegas, Nevada, no matter if you're Ranger or what division or whatever you are, Army, Delta, Green Beret, or just regular Army, you know, stop this shit, dude. It's not me. You know, the propaganda is propaganda. They doing this shit, they keep it going because they do all this stuff. They bring all these people to attack me, but you guys know, people know the truth. And you members who are doing this, you know the truth that I didn't do these things, but you keeping the propaganda because you don't want to do it, but you have to do it because you're afraid that your lives will be forfeit. And your careers and your money will be forfeit. Well, guess what? Your lives are shit right now. All these members of the Cult of Dennis Lee, your lives are crap. Because Dennis ain't the only one coming to your house. Other members from the intelligence agencies, gangs, they're all at all your houses 24 hours a day. Now that the Sheets are taking over, but the Sheets take out Sheets. When Sheets go to work, and all these people who are getting this cloaking technology, when you leave your house, other people are coming and they're taking their revenge. You know, they're getting your kids, they're getting you. And you're like, everybody's keeping their mouth shut, but screw that now. Screw keeping your mouth shut. You know? You know, somebody's got to fight. So I'm sending this video. It is 1 hour and 7 seconds, along with the previous, I believe, 4 videos to North Las Vegas Municipal Court, in the hopes that during this situation, because within the next couple of weeks, they're going to try all kind of things to get rid of me, other than give me my money. Give me my money and get me out of here. You know, set everyone free that you have in the underground. Set those women and children free. You know, stop using them. You know, stop the syndicate. Stop the Cult of Dennis Lee. Whatever names you want to go by. Code name, stop the Sheets, code name Sheets. Stop this crap. Get it taken care of, and get rid of the sickness. And to my next door neighbor, she's trying to protect you because you are her father and she loves you. So Haley, it's your decision. You know, I love you either way. You know, I love you, Heather. I love you, Hudson. But it is your decision. You know, and you know, to everyone else involved that know me and know Frost Vegas Nevada, you know the character of who I am, the depth of my character, and you know I fight for you. Thank you for fighting for me, and you know, thank you for listening, and you know, you guys, I know you can't get out of it. As soon as I turn this off, it's going to keep going. Another day, everybody will keep going on with their lives and having to deal with this shit. But, you know, this is recorded, you know. So, yes, you know, let's move forward. And yes, that was taught to me as a young youth, very young. Fight on my side, never from the rear, but from the front. We move forward. We fight. God bless. What is my rank? Huh? So I'm a colonel in the Marine Corps and admiral in the Navy. Hmm. Say what? Yes, the worldly technologies, and there's so much. The video I took from 2 nights ago. Yeah, they were also some of the members in 1988 that helped me in that fight when I was fighting to get out of that hotel to get free and to get the kids and mom to the ambulance. It was some of the members from Shelley Street who backed me. They did their shit, but they did back me. They finally, like I say, it was an African American man, that light skinned man, who went and got the Latinos from Santa Ana and what's else, Santa Ana, and then they talked to. It just became. I don't want to go there, but it just became a fight between Dennis and his people versus Santa Ana, and that's what happened. It was a split between Dennis's people and Santa Ana people, and we just started fighting everybody in the hotel. The whole hotel, we went room for room, just room to room, taking people out and getting them out of Anaheim. And the whole hotel was cleared by members of Orange County. Different gangs all came together, and we went up against everything that Dennis had. I mean, multi-racial. Dennis had different races, and they brought their people, and it just became. No, it really. I'm telling you, it became a city fight in Anaheim. It became not West Side Santa Ana, but it became Orange County versus uh, anyone that Dennis had from everywhere. Dennis, I mean, I'm telling you, people came in cars. There were carloads of people who came on both sides, and we had a split. Even the police backed out. The police were there in Anaheim, and they backed out. They backed their cars out, and Dennis was doing his I'm CIA, this and this and this, but they're like, dude, we know who you are. It's money and all this shit. And then finally, the police were like, dude, this is bad. They're like, we got to pull out. We got to pull back. They had us separated, and it became like a mob scene. Our two, his group and my group. Then we collided in an all-out fight. All-out fight. In the parking lot. And that's how it ended. In the parking lot, we just had a city fight. Dennis had all his different multiracial groups, and versus all of my multiracial groups. Um, so yeah, that happened in Anaheim at the hotel. That's how we finally got them out of the hotel. Um, yeah, Dennis had gang members from everywhere and people from that were white power and a Ku Klux Klan, and I had my people, which were multiracials, from the same thing. My people all over. There were Latino, black, and white. People were called from everywhere. It was a big fight. People found out I was captive for a week, and what happened. Certain people knew, and they kept seeing me, but they couldn't say nothing. And finally, you know, I broke free and I got back up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were telling me I should have joined in '87, but they were showing me their power. I should have joined Dennis's crew, but I said no. I kept telling them no. They even kept asking me as they were beating me up, "Joe, will you join? Are you going to join us? Are you going to join?" I kept saying no. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to join.